Don't comment on the skin. I'm just trying to detail it. We all know that schools are greedy as fuck, as we can see from one of the documented cases by a very small channel which is known as Mr. Pancake 4343, where he got shaken down for the $10.25 in his pocket. You know a time when a school failed at it? Failed at greed? Yeah, that happened with me. So this story stems from my sophomore year of high school, where I think it was I think they were trying to prepare us for junior and senior years. So an important exam was coming up, so they wanted the students to get an amazing GPA. So they could basically advertise it and get more students to enroll in their high school. What happened after is what makes it funny, because I think it's the superintendent who's above the principal, but the superintendent came to our school and gave us a speech. And in it, they were basically trying to motivate us. And in it, he also said that he would give $200. He would give a $200 laptop to anybody who got a 4.0 GPA. And most of the time, students are actually excited that, oh my god, we're going to get a laptop. But first of all, we didn't give a fuck. And second of all, if you are actually going to try to have students get a good grade, and even if you want, you will use greed to make that happen, then it's not bound to work, because greed will only work if it is good enough. And remember that I know a $200 laptop will always be better than no laptop at all. But if you at least want your students to get a good grade and will to make them get good grades, then at least do it properly, man. I mean, why a $200 laptop? I'm wondering. If you did 500, then everybody would actually try their best to get a good grade. So the magnum opus of this story is actually exams roll by. After the exams are over, the results come by. And you know how many students actually got a 4.0 GPA? Only fucking 3. And you know who those 3 were? They were the anticipated ones. Like, people knew that they were going to get a good grade. So that wasn't even surprising to most people. I mean, their goal was probably like to get as many students to get a 4.0 GPA as possible, but they failed at it. So basically, they failed with greed. And the funny part is, after the results are out, they didn't even give those 3 students the laptops. Okay, I get it. You failed. Only 3 students got an 4.0 GPA. But at least the 3 students who got one, at least give it to them, man. How greedy can you possibly be? I was actually pretty shocked. At first, when I heard the superintendent's speech, I actually thought that, oh my god, it's actually a $300 laptop. My fucking ears decided to troll me that day, and I thought that it was a $300 laptop. So I was devising a plan on how we hiccups. Fuck. So I was actually devising a plan on how I could get a 4.0 GPA. But when I heard from one of my friends that instead it was a $300 laptop, I was just out of it, man. So quick story recap. My school tried to use greed as a motivator, failed horribly due to the students not giving a fuck. And after that, they still decided to humiliate themselves by not giving the students the laptops that they deserved. I would like to shout out a few people. I haven't gotten that famous, and I literally am just starting up. But I mean, I got crazy support on my video of the mall story. I actually got a lot of support on it, and one of who my rod is actually a pretty cool person, And the only reason I say this is because I actually talked with him in the comments. And he actually thought what I did was cool and I had a personality. So, yeah, shout out to you. I liked talking with you. And yeah, you made my day that day because I was pretty sure I was going to give my final exam for I was going to go give a final exam for one of my classes, and I thought, hey, the video must not be performing well because I am used to videos of mine not performing that well. So I was just ready to go home and basically like say, it happens, and I start to create content once more. But I actually saw that and I was like, whoa, that's actually cool. And now we are going to wait till day. And Billy, I'm in your walls. So please subscribe, or else I will come out of the walls and jump you while you're sleeping at night. Remember that. To avoid that happening, use the pork chop to hit the subscribe button down below. And for the rest of the people aside from you, Billy, so for the rest of the people, please do subscribe to my channel and like this video because I want to get monetized and want to go to LA. Aside from you, Billy, you need to subscribe so I won't jump you during the night. Understand? Understand, Billy? Do you understand? I'm asking you again, do you understand that? Okay, I'm alive. So I think YouTube has a kind of a problem with me because when I posted the video, it was performing actually kind of good. It got like 100 views in like a day, and I was shocked by that because it is the second video on my channel, and usually long form videos do not perform that good unless you have good content. So yeah, I guess I had good content, but aside from that, I don't know. I saw that it got copywritten and it was the Elena Violet section, and it wasn't for the reel. Instead, it was for the sound effect. The person who thinks all the time. And even in that, it was for the background sound effect. And the source that they provided to me that this person had copyright claimed your video, I didn't hear it all the way through. I'm probably going to do it after I film this video, but it didn't sound like anything similar in that. But I obviously didn't know that the sound effect contained a copyrighted background music, so I decided to appeal it. And naturally, the creator didn't think that my appeal had any grounds, so they disputed it. And immediately after they disputed my appeal, my video fucking flatlined. Not even 50 cc's of hope could save that goddamn video. I mean, it was worse than the crash which happened at the Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport in Virginia, where after the crash, the air traffic controller said that he messed up. Wait, what? Alright, let me check this out. Alright, I get that you are a human. Obviously, I do not hold it against the person. But, and especially air traffic, I think that might be one of the most stressful, like, employments you could say. But how could you just mess up? And what the fuck did you mean by you messed up? Listen, I didn't watch the whole news thing. It was the CNN, I think that was it. The thing was, I just wanted to search something online, and then I saw it in the little section where it said after the crash, the air traffic controller said that he messed up, and that part was hilarious to me because obviously people mess up all the time, but no one will actually outright admit it that they messed up. So yeah, so how my school almost made me crazy was also in sophomore year. It was actually connected to the story. It was right after the sophomore year of high school, where after the speech that the superintendent gave to us, they probably looked at all of our faces and realized that we did not give a single fuck. So then they got scared. They shut their pants and basically were like, oh shit, how can we force these students to get a good grade? And you know how they forced us? You want to know how they thought that we would get a good grade? They separated us. They separated the bad students from the good. They separated the good student. They separated the best from the good. That's what happened. And the bad students actually had a teacher actively listening, actively like teaching them, while we had a student who, not a student, but we had a teacher who was just scrolling in TikToks probably and was not giving a single fuck because they were actually trying, because they told us to go self-study. That's what happened. You know which section I was in? They considered me, they classified me as a cater class. I mean, they classified me as one of the best students. What the fuck? Like, I clown on school so much. I even say to my friends, I don't really give a shit about school, but it was just mind-boggling to me. I was laughing around, but then I realized that they were actually fucking serious. Then I went to obviously, then I thought, hey, let's cooperate a little bit. And I then went to the classroom where the best students were. There's a certain level of noise which you need to function. For me, that's like the perfect mixture of the best and the bad. Because in that classroom, it was so fucking quiet that I could hear the ants on the ground having sex. I'm not joking. I have the audio recording to prove it. I have audio recording to prove it. I suggest you put it at full volume and put it very close to your ears right now. I'm telling this again. Put it against your ears, man. Because you're about to hear heaven, basically. 100% volume, you put it next to your ears. Alright, here then. Yeah, fuck you. So after surviving one day in that hellhole known as the best classroom, I mean, we had lunch that day, so then I went downstairs to lunch. It was on the first floor, so I went to the ground floor. And I kid you not, when I was descending down the stairs, I was thinking of doing the dance that Joker does when he's walking down the steps in New York. I was actually about to go fucking crazy. I'm not joking. The next thing I know that I was about to fucking explode a goddamn hospital next. But it was that silent which made me go crazy. So the next thing, you know what it was? I thought that, hey, I'm not gonna survive this torture alone. So I thought to bring one of my best friends. And how I thought to bring them was that I stayed in the good classroom where he was, and every teacher scolded me and told me that, hey, go back to your classroom, go back to where you came from, telling me like that. I was like, nah, if I'm going back to that fucking hellhole, it will be with him. And they agreed, okay, we can take him. And it was basically like I had captured a goddamn Pokemon, because they allowed me to take him with me. And I kid you not, after one fucking hour, my boy was ready to tap out. He could not go on more than an hour in that class. I mean, he nearly went crazy. He nearly went crazy. He was about to become the Two-Face the next time. But then I was fed up with, I didn't want to go all Joker, man. I don't want to blow up a goddamn hospital. So then I decided that, hey, no matter what happens, I am not going back to that hellhole. So I stayed in the good classroom and I fought against every single one of my teachers to stay there. And I think it was the best decision that I could have made, because I made so many memories. Because first of all, the teacher didn't care, and some of the times the teacher weren't even in the class. So we just had the most fun we could. We just sat in the back and sang songs all day. And I remember one of my friends, he had a perfect voice for the song The Shape of You and for the song Fairy Tale. And every time I hear those two songs now, I remember him. It's not like he passed away or anything. It's not like he died. What the fuck you mean? I he just went to a different high school now. He transferred. So every time I hear those two songs, I get reminded of him. But I think it's good that I get reminded of, because if I hadn't fought against my teachers that time, then I wouldn't have been able to make all those great memories. And I think I have to cut them, and I'm going to cut out all of the things I was saying, not because they aren't true, they're obviously true, but I need to go now. My finals aren't over with. I shit you not, I recorded 2 videos during my finals. One would technically be before my finals, but technically it was in my finals. So yeah, I guess that's it for today, guys. I'm going, and see you all in the next video. And Last Smirk signing off. Bye.